An Air Canada Express aircraft struck a ground vehicle after landing at New York's LaGuardia Airport late Sunday night, killing two and injuring several others. The collision forced the airport to halt all operations until Monday afternoon. According to the airport's statement on X, the incident took place around 11:40 p.m. Eastern Time and involved a flight operated by Jazz Aviation on behalf of Air Canada. The plane collided with a Port Authority aircraft rescue and firefighting vehicle that was responding to a separate incident on runway 4 at LaGuardia Airport shortly after it landed. Catherine Garcia, the executive director of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, told reporters that the two pilots of the plane have died. Garcia noted that two Port Authority staffers who were inside the fire truck also suffered injuries and were hospitalized but remained in stable condition. The Port Authority official also noted that 41 passengers and crew members were taken to nearby hospitals for treatment, some with serious injuries, and 32 of them have been released. Shortly after midnight, the FAA issued a ground stop order at the airport. In a post on X, LaGuardia Airport said, quote, "The airport is currently closed to facilitate the response and allow for a thorough investigation. The Port Authority Police Department is working closely with our airline partners as well as federal authorities and will provide additional updates as more details become available." In a follow up tweet, LaGuardia authorities said the airport will remain closed until at least 2 p.m. Monday, March 23rd, to allow for a thorough investigation. According to flight tracking platform Flight Radar 24, which first flagged the incident, the plane involved was a CRJ 900 regional jet flying from Montreal to New York. As of early Monday, a total of 519 flights, both arriving at and departing from LaGuardia, have been canceled, according to data from FlightAware's tracker. These cancellations are part of a broader nationwide air travel disruption, which is being caused by a partial government shutdown that has affected the staffing levels of the Transportation Security Administration.
So I have more to show you on this story that I broke this morning around 2 a.m. about this whole incident. But just as I was filming this popped up. Now, I want to say there have been no fatalities or no one was actually on the plane, but it's just part of a broader issue we are seeing all across the country, all across the world, but really here. It says vehicle collides with plane at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. The Ohio State Highway Patrol is investigating a crash between a vehicle and a Frontier Airlines plane at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. According to a press release, it happened just before 1 a.m. So we're like, this is just within a few hours of the LaGuardia incident casualty. So it says OSHP reported a vehicle tug had collided with a Frontier Airlines Airbus A321. Apparently, no one was on the plane or the tug. So how did they collide? The vehicle tug was unoccupied and had not been placed in a locked position, causing it to roll and collide with the unoccupied aircraft, OSHP said in a press release. No one was hurt. So no one's hurt, but this is just, the not just TSA, what's going on with that. I'm going to show you some more, but just overall, I mean, they are stretched thin. Okay. We know that the crew there, the people that work at the airports, we know, I mean, just the layers upon layers, just with the shutdown, all that's happening with the war. The list goes on, but I just wanted to pop that in because there's just more. Every second there is like breaking news at this point.
We know the two pilots were killed upon impact. The nose is low to the ground on that aircraft. It smashed into the center of a very large fire truck. The pilots were killed. And there was apparently a flight attendant, according to two sources familiar with the matter, who was in her jump seat near the front of the plane, and that flight attendant was found in the jump seat outside of the plane, injured, but she is going to be okay. So that's just sort of an incredible story in terms of the level of impact and the sheer luck that this flight attendant was able to survive after the part of the aircraft was sheared apart.
We now know that both the captain and first officer died after the CRJ collided with a fire truck at LaGuardia last night. Additionally, one flight attendant was ejected from the aircraft while still strapped to their seat, although they did survive. We also have ATC recording in the moments leading up to and after the incident. I'll let you take a listen and then we'll talk about it.
Was the vehicle needed to cross the runway?
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower.
Truck 1 and company.
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Stop, truck 1, stop. Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with a vehicle there, just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicle's there responding to you now.
It appears the controller gave the fire truck permission to cross runway 4, but then realized too late that the CRJ was already landing there. Beyond that, I won't speculate too much.
We went down for a regular landing. We came in pretty hard. We immediately hit something, and it was just chaos from there. About 5 seconds later, we had come to a stop. But in that short period, I mean, everybody was hunkered down and everybody was screaming. Pretty quickly, we didn't have any directions because the pilot's cabin had been kind of destroyed. So somebody said, let's get the emergency exit and get the door in. Let's all jump out. And that's exactly what we did.
Now, when it comes to air traffic control, remember, they were part of that first government shutdown, right? And they missed, I think 4 paychecks were missed at that time. Now, they're not part of this shutdown now. TSA is. But understand, they are understaffed. They are critically understaffed and overworked. Now, this is what has been going on with that. Because I was not aware. I mean, I knew that they've been stretched thin. And then also, guys, remember, we've had several airports. Remember, the entire DC area, all of the airports were closed, even going all the way to Charlottesville, Virginia, because they were smelling some type of gas or it was like a bomb threat, and that shut down. And we've seen that in different waves in different airports. Right. And so then also they are struggling to get through the shortages with TSA, flights getting canceled, flights getting delayed by the thousands, then people not able to make their flights. So then they're pushed off. And so it's just all of this traffic and they are stretched to the max. So again, even though they are funded, they are still critically understaffed.
The students in this room might be the secret to solving a national problem. There's a massive shortage in air traffic controllers, but now people can skip the FAA training academy and go straight to the job if they come to one of 11 schools across the country, including Ames Community College in Colorado. This is a big deal on many levels. Air traffic controllers can make over $100,000 a year, and there's a massive shortage across the country. Students here will go through what's called an enhanced air traffic collegiate training initiative. If they pass, they get an endorsement certificate and can apply directly to work at FAA facilities. Then they go through more training once they get there. But the big part of this, no 4-year degree required, no going to Oklahoma to the FAA training academy for months, straight to the job from colleges like Ames Community College. National numbers show that the FAA is short almost 4,000 controllers. Ames is the first college in Colorado approved for this program. So if you're looking for a new high-paying career without taking on massive student debt, this is a serious option.
So yeah, this is how critical it is. And that's like with the people getting laid off by the thousands, guys, it's insane the job numbers that are coming out. People are not they're not being paid, like even the jobs they have, making a salary that really supports their living, their family. So it is an opportunity to get a job, but I don't know, what that means as far as training. If the certification is good enough, obviously it's good enough to get the job. But I think the main issue right now is that the ones who are working, they are completely stressed out. So that is, it's an interesting tidbit if you want to look into that, if you're looking for some more work. Now, I want to tie this back to TSA because what did I tell you? When this first started, I said, this is going to continue to get worse. The United CEO came out and said there's going to be a huge spike in ticket prices. And we know what's going on with the Strait of Hormuz. And people say, well, that doesn't affect us here. Yes, it does. I have broken that down thoroughly. I think I got to do it more for people who haven't seen that. But we're going to see everything skyrocketing here in the U.S. Regardless, and that's including all the other things going on that are going to, we're going to deal with inflation and We also, when you look at all the things that are happening with the Strait of Hormuz, understand there's a shortage now of helium that comes to the Strait of Hormuz that Taiwan needs, right? That produces 90% of the microchips needed for computer systems, planes. I mean, everything you can think of, iPhones, everything comes out of that. So we're seeing also a shortage of fertilizer. So we're going to see food prices jack up. And then, of course, transporting food, right? We're already seeing truckers are starting to talk about this. So their diesel is going up. Everything is rising. But on top of that, as these lines began, this may be the longest line I have ever seen. And I have watched many of these videos. But take a look at this. If it starts to sound weird after I play this clip, it's because I've had to remove some music on here because I get copyrighted so often when I play these clips. But you'll get the idea, hopefully.
So I'm in Atlanta this weekend, and I'm going to the airport right now. Let's see how long it takes me to get.
Okay, so now this is going to show the not TSA agents, ICE agents, as I reported this morning. They are now at 14 major airports. Now, from what I see, they seem to just be doing more like just standing around security in general. I don't know how it's helping TSA through the security. I don't know if people were acting up in lines, causing disruptions, if there's been arrests. I haven't seen much of that. People seem to be calm, but again, I could have just missed those. But they are there, right? Because of Trump said he was going to send them out today, Monday morning today. And that is what's happening. So I thought I would just show you a little bit of that. But then also we're seeing some people who are being, I saw one mother and daughter where the mother was taken by ICE at the airport, and it's like the daughter screaming. It was just very difficult to watch. Because it's just guys, there's my nerves aren't shot, but I'm just kind of like, there's so much going on, so much to put out. It's like every moment I am seeing something new. So I don't I don't want to make it like it's a bigger deal than what it is right now, but I'm not understanding what the function is, because understand it takes 6 to 12 months to train to be a TSA agent. So
if you are flying today, you should probably reconsider, because every single person that you see is waiting in line. And this is the exit to the building. It is going out the door. Y'all see that? Look, out the door. All the way out the door. Hello. We got happy people. Look.
Is that someone you know?
No. Going out the door. Oh my God. I don't even know where it ends. It just keeps going. Oh my God. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Dude, this is, yeah, oh my God.
This is the TSA pre-check line We've dealt with this before. This line stretches all the way down here, but here's the new wrinkle. Step outside with me real quick. You kind of have to see this one to believe it. This is actually still the TSA pre-check line. This line now wraps outside. So if you think about it, it wraps around the inside 4 different times, then comes outside and wraps around 2 other times to get all these passengers through. No one has an expectation for how long they're going to be standing in the line. And I want to stress, this is the pre-check line. On the other side, on the north side, that line's even longer. It is outside the building. Everyone's trying to figure out exactly what to do. And on top of that, if you have a check bag, it can take an hour to check in your check bag. So this now wraps, hold on, back around and through the building again before you even start the normal line to get back this way. So to say I've never seen this before would be an understatement.
Now, with all of that, the TSA agents who are still showing up, struggling, like I said, some are sleeping in their cars. They are having to work second jobs. The list goes on and on. Many, they are still working long hours, but then also doing their best, but keeping a smile on their face. And this is all while a lot of customers, a lot of people at the airport, you know how nasty they can be. And then imagine all of this happening on flight delays, people having to sleep in the airport. With all of that, they are still showing up. So shout out to them. So I wanted to play this for you.
Okay, y'all. I'm walking in the door to start my shift. It is 2:47 a.m. 2:47 a.m. Okay? Walk with me. It is 2:47 a.m. We don't open until 3:15, 3:30. It is 2:47 a.m. And look what we gotta go through. And we just getting here. Do you see? Do you see? Miss DeAndre, what is you doing back here? Why did you bring all these people here, girl? You volunteered the wrong day. Why do people still don't volunteer. Maybe. Do you see what we gotta go through? And it's only 2:47 a.m., 2:48 a.m. The airport not even open to these people. What is y'all doing here already? These people are, look what we gotta go through already. How you doing?
So I just finished my 12-hour shift at TSA. Just now worked 4 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and still not getting paid for it. Fun stuff. So, Congress, if you would do us all the favor of figuring your shit out, of figuring out what needs to happen to fund the rest of the government, that would be great. Especially doing that before considering a $200 billion bill for the Iranian war. Thank you. Don't forget to give your TSA agents a hard time this week, too. They deserve it. We're a bunch of bullies.
Now, as I've told you, this is just another layer on top of all the other things that I have been monitoring for months. I did not know how it all would come to fruition, but I told you we are in the last days. We are. It is not just this. It's not just the war. The war is one of the major things, but if you don't know the underlying things going on with it, in terms of, Israel sees this as a holy war. The Muslims sees this as a holy war, both believing that the Messiah is arriving right now and that this is all part of that. And just the signs and the sun, moon and stars, everything that was in biblical prophecy, what Jesus Christ himself said to look for. If you've seen my updates on my orbs, there's upside down moons, meteors are raining down. These are things that are supposed to happen before his return. So although we have this chaos going on, mark of the beast technology, AI, massive job loss, Agenda 2030, and there is something I want to update you with, which this could possibly be helping to usher in digital ID, what's going on at the airports. I got to do some more research, but someone left a comment on a video, and it just, as soon as I saw it, it was like something hit in my spirit. But this is something I got to work on. But if you want to help me do this research, help me bring you information you're not going to see anywhere else, and also tie it to the overall broader picture. This is a spiritual battle. We live in a spiritual world. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. And right now, many people are lost and they want to fight this in their flesh, and you can't. They want to change the government or do something about it. The Bible said that this would happen. Jesus said there would be no peace on earth, that things will continue to get worse until his return in the clouds. And so this is the time that we are in. And if you do not know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, I am telling you, you need to. You need to. Because after the rapture, right? And we've gone over that many times. I've broken that down, right? After the rapture in the clouds, harpazo, that is what sets the clock for the 7-year tribulation, which will be the worst time in human history. During that time, in the middle, the Antichrist will sit in the third temple, which is part of this war that's going on. If you've seen my updates, I did for months on the third temple, and now we know what's going on with Al-Aqsa Mosque, what's happening with the third temple. They have everything ready, sacrifice a red heifer for the first time in 2,000 years. Prefab built the third temple. But that mosque is sitting on that Temple Mount, and that needs to go in order for the Temple Mount to sit up there. So this is that's another layer of the holy war. And they've been talking about this openly for months and months and months. In fact, the Temple Institute said it's time to build. I think last week, I have that post. They put it on Facebook. And so as these things continue to unfold, we need to be a light in this world. Right? We need to be letting people know that this is like good news, not the tragedies that are happening, not the hardships and people struggling, but understand as we see these things unfold, we can have a peace that the world may not understand because we know that our Savior is returning. So with that, I want to show you realmelanieking.com. Of course, I have a ton of different things, my conspiracy collection, my Christian collection. I have things for men, women. I mean, the list goes on and on. You guys have been so great supporting me over here. And then, this is one of my favorite, of course, for men and women in different colors. It says, normal isn't coming back. Jesus is. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And then this is the same thing, but with the lion, normal isn't coming back, but Jesus is. And I have that for men and women. I have both of those. So that's the men's version. Sorry. And where's the, it's not on this front page, but I have it. I have the other one for men, but Maranatha, Come Lord Jesus, the Yahweh collection. So any support you can give, I appreciate it greatly. realmelanieking.com. The list will be below, but another way that you can easily support the work is just becoming a member, just a couple bucks a month. And that helps as well. But yeah, the links to all of that are below, and I will see you very shortly.